You people, you see this thing, this things, getting this thing, this too. I hear me. Rush. If your slippers will cut, let it cut. Go and calm down. Today, I'm here to tell you how I finally passed my UK driving practical test. Hey, no be small thing, no, my people. Do you know how many times I wrote this test? Like, no shame. Do you know how many times I wrote this test? I did this practical test 2 times. I say when I did the first one, that's the theory test, I did 1 time. I'm like, passing my theory test 1 time. When I went for the practical, it showed me shege. That was the junction where shege was waiting for me, the practical. Let me tell you people what happened. You know how we passed the theory? Then you not be happy. You not say, oh, I've already passed. What's there? I wanted to relax. One of my dear, I call it dear friend because if not for Ada and for No. This is how Adama Ogodio told me that, babe, congratulations, because she did watch my pass my theory test video. And then she messaged me and said, congrats, so you passed this to 1 time. This is excellent. But you know what? Rush. If your slippers will cut, let it cut. Go and book for your practical. I said, She said, that she has already done her theory. To get practical is war. And me myself, that I've not even really planned to like go for the theory, go for the practical, because I'm like, driving instructor, their money is too much to go and book driving, practice. One lesson is like per hour here in London. Per hour is like 25 pounds an hour. And they said on an average, you need about 50 lessons, maybe 35 lessons, something around those numbers for you to be good enough to drive. And me myself at that time, I don't have no good driving skills. Like my driving skills was in the gutters. I just said to myself, hey God, how many lessons am I gonna do for me to pass this thing? And now Ada is advising me to go and do the theory, the practical test sharp, because they say it expires within 2 years. That's your theory test. When your theory within 2 years, if you have not used it to pass practical, it has expired. I say, gosh, all that money in the mud, all the theory test practice. My people, I practice overnight. Like for this theory test, I know how much sleepless night I had. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I know how much time I invested in going through the questions and everything. Like someone that want to write jam that year. After doing all that wahala, they will not tell me it has expired. I will not start I say, you know what? Let's go and find money and book driving instructor. This was how I found one driving instructor from one driving school like that. We do first lesson, second lesson, third lesson, fourth lesson, fifth lesson. I first start. I missed this part. I first of all started with manual car. Manual. I said, let me do manual. Let me learn manual, because they say if you learn manual, to drive automatic will be easy. Don't let that thing confuse you, unless you plan to drive a manual car in 2023. But I do 2 lessons. I say, come, why am I asked myself, first of all, do you plan to buy a manual car? No. So why are you learning manual? You think it's going to make... Mama, the fact that this manual is wasting your time is like we are wasting time and it's money that is going. Kuku, go straight and go and learn the automatic that you intend to buy. I called the driving school. I told them that, see, you people, I beg, give me automatic driving instructor. I'm no more doing manual driving. After 5 lessons, that morning I've paid. Go. But it's still waste, because now still added knowledge. I went ahead, they got me an automatic driving instructor. This time around it was one lady. Okay, my auntie came now, take me for driving lessons. We go 1, 2, 3. You know what tire me pass? For all the driving lessons, it's just the same road every day, the same route every day. I just said to myself, okay, because prior to now, I'd already booked my driving test. I was able to find a date like 4 months down, further down. I'm like, okay, this is going to be enough time for me to practice and learn some good driving skills. This is how this woman, you get to tell them, I told her my test center. So we're supposed to practice at around the test area or the testing center area. We keep going through the same place every day, the same place. Even by offhand self, I don't already know the road back and forth. Fast forward to the test date now. That was 4-5 months down the line. After I've done like I think 28 lessons, that's 28 hours. I then went for the test too, my people. Normal nerves go hold you, like you don't know what to expect. And you know all those their instructors here, no, not instructors, those their test people, those DVLA people. By the time you've already entered into their center, sat down with pressure, like tension building, you and other people you and other people under pressure. Until people wey wan come take test, we sat down there, the people came, they tell you, they'll call out your name with that their uniform, intimidating and everything. My heart bing bing bing. I followed the man. First of all, they tell you to stay here and look at plate number and tell them what the plate number is, because normally if you're not able to tell, they give you another vehicle, another distance. You're not able to tell. I think 2 times. After 2 times is over, your test, you failed automatically like that. Because that is eyesight test already they are doing to you. So the man, you know how crazy this thing is. Practically because of the pressure you're already feeling and the tension, even the slightest, if they even ask you your name, you can even forget. Okay, that's what they tell me. Sister, read out the plate number of that Nissan car that is over there. With shaky voice, I read it out. They say okay, I say stage 1 gone. This is how my hand is doing. I was following the DVSA people with their board and everything they hold in their hand and their uniform. I was following them. They say, where is your car? Normally people come with their driving instructor's vehicle. Even that already, do I have a car by then? Yeah, I think I've already bought, I bought my car by then. So this is something good. Having your own car too helps with your confidence. But I will not lie to you, I'd already done like I think 15 lessons already before I bought my car. So I'd already, gotten good driving skills before I bought the car. So the car was just to practice here and there, little by little on my own. And my first driving instructor, she gave me some advice on buying a car. I already have a video, Abby. Yeah, I have a video on buying your first car. So watch out that video. Everything I learned, everything I researched, I poured it out there. So I'd already bought my car now, and then I went to taking it back to where I stopped on the DVSA day. On the driving practical day, the DVSA agent, that's the testing agent now, told me to head towards the car I want to use for the test. That's how I got to God, this story. That's how I got to the test. The car, I see every movement like this was tension. I got to the car, opened the car. The man sat there. I was just shaking. Hey, okay. They then asked, "Are you ready for?" See, all those questions. God, let me continue. He then asked me, "Am I ready for my test?" That when I'm ready, I should start. Hey, okay, okay. Because normally our driver instructor, they've told us, do check, do this, do that, look at the window. They are looking at. So at that moment like this, I'm just trying to remember everything that I was told, trying not to forget any step, because according to waiting here, it's my first time now. Any little camp is over, and they have minor errors. There's what they call minor, and there's what they call major error. So the major error, just one major error, you failed instantly. So I was just on the edge, trying everything possible not to make any mistake. The man now say, when you're ready, start with the board and everything I hold with the tablet to be recording my scores or something. And when you see them sat next to you with that, all of those things, it's just judgment you be perceiving in your head that maybe if I even cough step, I feel fair. So they ask you right there, would you like your driving instructor to come with you? I'm like, no, having this one alone service already pressure. I don't need crowd. Let's not compound the pressure. Let's just go. They set up their sat nav, set it up there. The first step of the test, or the first part of the test, is, I think, directed driving, something like that, something along those lines. They'll tell you, turn left at the end of the junction, turn right at this one, do this, show me this. I've missed a part. let me enter there. So before you go into the car, there's what they call show me tell me question. So they tell you from the beginning. The man told me to open the bonnet and show him where to how to change oil. I remember that one. I show him. He said, okay, we enter. I feel like I'm doing good. You're doing well. I enter now. Then we continued. So after he told me that the instructed part of the lesson is begins now, so whenever I'm ready, I should move off. I should drive off. So I remember that, do you know, here in the UK, even if you did not put handbrake or you did not do one small thing, you fail. In your mind, you will think that all is going well. So I try to make sure the rules and regulation I follow now. We move. As we are going, let me just fast forward this matter. The man told me that if rain is falling, how am I going to wipe my step? How am I going to wipe the windscreen? I do that one. I'm like, you are doing well, my daughter. He record. We go. We got to one point. He said at the end of the traffic light, or at the traffic light, I should turn right. This was where things shatter. On how I sight the road like this, I'm like, wait, is this route part of the route that I have to do this test? You know what I'm asking? All the while that me and this my driving instructor have been going, not even for one day did we pass here. And roads here in the UK, they look quite similar, yeah, but there are some that are so complex. I don't even, maybe they were managing road when they built those type of road. Like, you don't even know how that layout is, especially as a new person. That layout confused me, I swear down. I was wondering, where am I supposed to enter? Because here in the UK, we have entry and exit now, we drive on the left. I'm like, vehicles park here. Some are coming here. The thing just wagoju money. I have, you all have no idea. I was not trying to make, okay, let me just move small. You know what happened? The man just held the steering. And according to the laws, anything that makes your test examiner, yeah, that's what they call them, anything that makes your examiner make an action is over. Either they attempt to step on your brake, or they attempt to hold your steering, or just any movement they make, forget about it. That was how the man wanted to touch my steering. Hey, I looked at him. He then told me no, that it's not that way. I should go this way. I just knew that it's over. I just knew that it's over at that point. But no, I kept hope alive that this man might be a nice person, because I've been telling him sir all through the journey. So I'm like, this one have been humble. Maybe this man will pity for me and say, let me give you second chance, be going. That was how we were still going. Going. The man directed me, turn left. My heart at this point, even the smile on my face is tension smile. The man tell me, go left, go right. Before you know it, see our test center. What does this mean? Whenever they go and then they send you back to the test center, the test is over. So while we're entering the test center, he said I should not bother trying to enter into a bay, that I should just park anywhere. Me, I was still trying to be careful, so that maybe I was still trying to carefully enter into bay, so that, let it be that I'm doing everything right. I did not know that test has ended since, at that spot where the man raised hand. Only for me, the man tell me secure car. He tell me, well, I'm afraid you haven't passed the test. At this point, I felt like, okay, no wahala now, let me be going. I look down, I'm like, God, when next will I see opportunity to write another one? Like, plenty questions through my head, but let's not waste time there. Fast forward, I took everything back now, carry myself back, book second test. But before I book second test, am I going to do another lesson? I said to myself, let me just be practicing small with my own car, and then whenever it's close to the next test date, I will go and pay and do small lesson with instructor, because I feel like if I practice on my own, at least I'll get better experience, especially with the road. This is how I practice. So towards the time of my next test, which was like 6 months, the next year, 6 months down the line, 5-6 months down the line, that was when I got another test date. Then I was already really pretty good with my driving, highway everywhere. Your girl be taking over the town. So that was how on this test date now. I'll fast forward all the process. What made me fail the second one was turn right. I was at the junction, pretty confident driver, doing well. Even my instructor said, the new instructor that I was working with the second time, was like, ah, girl, go and smash it, you're good. Only for this man to tell me to turn right though at this junction. I know London now, very busy traffic. I look here, look, you go look tired. I turn neck like tolo finish, as in my neck on dey pain me. I said, okay, let me turn right now. See this yeye truck that was parked since. I mean, no, one all this Amazon delivery driver that was parked since, so pressing his phone or whatever. That very moment when I was about to turn right, that's when he said he should bring his head out. And do you know what this man did? The man said, hey, that should stop. I was not like, wait though. It's not my fault that this man just pulled out like how many seconds ago. You've been here, I've been looking left and right, front and back. And the thing about them is, if you waste too much time, they mark it as undue hesitation. Nah, my head just scattered me. I'm like, how do you get it right with these people? I was really with this second attempt there. I was not happy at all. I felt so bad because this man can see clearly, because I was towards the end of my program. I mean the exam. I was towards the end of my test and I was doing amazing. Just this little, thing that happened here that I feel it's not even my fault, right? That he could have easily ignored, because I mean nothing bad happened. And then we move. This man just say he don't finish. So next thing, he directed me towards the test center and told me, I'm afraid you haven't passed your test. It really pissed me off. Like the first time I was very naive, but this second time I was really pissed off because everything was going well. I was very confident. I wasn't even scared, nothing. But you know what? I told myself we move. And what hurt me the most at this point is my theory test was at the verge of expiring. It will soon expire. I have just like 3 or 4 months left for that thing to expire, like made 2 years for Tay Witch. So I felt really bad. I felt like this man is just a witch trying to block my breakthrough, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I still pick up myself, keep hope alive, and still kept trying. I said, I'm going to go back to that website where they booked the test and try and find a new date. But on the second thought, I said, let me not gamble this thing, because I feel they find it, I don't see, given how hard it is to find it. Let me just go through the shorter routes. And what's the shorter routes? If you go through these driving schools, they normally have, if you pay to them, I think they normally get slots, like earlier slots. So that was what I did. I paid to them, but it's just that the fee will be more expensive, right? So normally whatever it is they charge on the website, the driving school people will top up their own money because they're giving like some fast track service. So that was what I did. So I paid for them to find me an earlier date, ASAP. So after like 2 weeks, they told me that, oh, we have a date for you in 3 months from now. Are you happy to take it? I said, yeah, if that's the earliest, why not? Because after that 3 months, in about 2 months or 3 months later, my theory test is going to be expiring. So I might as well just take every chance. So I accepted that one now and just was driving my car normal, because I know I already know how to drive. Let God just put an angel on that day, or let all odds just work in my favor. That was how the third test I went for. I was extremely careful because this point was a month before my graduation at Hertfordshire, and I wanted to drive confidently to my graduation with my own driver's license. Yeah, so these were part of the motivation. I say, God, please follow me, go this matter. I want to get it one time. I want to get it this one time. God, please help me. And I told myself, one thing, girl, you got this. And I want you to be as careful as possible. Like, cross every T and dot every I. And that was what I did on that day. I was so careful. I was so that even the man was like, oh, please, you're doing too much. That kind of thing. Especially when I'm looking at the windows, I'll look like this. The man at some point was even rolling his eyes like, oh Diego, I'm like, Bego, let me be careful. She mean like carefulness and I was checking speedometer, making sure I was on speed limits, everything on point. And given that I was already very confident, I can really drive by now. I'm able to control everything. I wasn't, tensed. Everything was in control. My speed, everything was perfect. That was how your girl, no, let me not fast forward. So that was how, I drove, and then I found myself, the man eventually directed me towards the test center, and I knew that it's been a while because the test takes 40 minutes. Yes, I have not mentioned this. The test overall takes 40 minutes, both the independent driving and instructed driving and everything. So when we got to the test center, I quietly parked the vehicle. I will not say I was optimistic, I will not say I was pessimistic or whatever, but I just kept my fingers crossed and said, let us see what's going to happen. So I sat down, and then the man said, you have passed your practical driving test. I shouted, I started crying. I was crying like a baby. And the man was like, normally when people pass, yeah, he's a white guy, right? Normally when people pass, they're usually very excited. It's surprising that you're crying. I'm like, you will not understand. You don't know how long we have been coming on this journey. Anyway, that was how the man gave me this test certificate. This is a proof that I have passed, and then he did collect my provisional driver's license. What I had now, this is my full driver's license, which they sent to me after like 5 days or 4 days. It just came in through my letterbox. So he gave me this and said, this is your test pass test certificate or test pass certificate as a proof pending when we send you your full driver's license. My people, it was like a big miracle testimony. After I shed my tears there, I was just telling the man, thank you, finally it's all done. Me and DVSA people and their pressure and their tension, bye to them. So this was my own experience. I don't know what you're trying to do yourself. Are you trying to do the test, or are you just trying to see as they go? I hope you pick a thing or two. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and if you have your own experience, please share in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video.